Yo, so but look, I mean, it's a great question, and I mean, of all the moves that we've made, it begs the question: who is your favorite free agent signing that we've made?
Yeah. So, and this is the one position that where I'm like, I think we got better, which was the signing of tackle Andrew Wiley
Mm-hmm.
for a couple reasons. The fact that this is someone who played with Eric Bieniemy that
Yeah,
came over. I think that's huge. I think it shows two things: that the coach sees something in him that he wants to have,
mm-hmm.
and the player sees something in Bieniemy that says, "I want to be a part of that." The fact that you're leaving
Yeah,
Kansas City to go there now, maybe they said Kansas City wasn't going to pay him that much. They also let Orlando Brown go,
yeah,
but he wasn't a big money contract, you know?
right.
And so him coming over is good. It was a short deal. So for the next couple of years, we can draft a tackle, in this draft and develop somebody. He's not going to be here for 6, 7, 8 years. He's not a right tackle for the next decade, the a la John Jansen was
Yeah,
or Morgan
yeah,
Moses. He's not one of those. But it also, by him coming in, it solidifies right tackle. It moves Sam Cosmi to right guard. And I do think the right side of our line is stronger today than it was last
than it was
season.
before. Right.
Yeah, so I do think that is absolutely a positive. So I mean, I think we're trending in the direction of, and I kind of see what we probably are going to get a starting guard in the draft, and so like I think we can walk out of this offseason saying the offensive line is better, and we're getting there. And I think Wiley was the number one pick. So when they signed him, I was kind of thrilled about that.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And I mean, mine obviously is centered around the quarterback because what I think this does is I think it takes a little bit of the pressure off of Sam Howell. We got a guy that's a credible backup in the league. In each stop that he's been somewhat successful, at least with his play. He's been able to contribute to each team when he was with the Colts, when he was with Miami, and when he was with Indy. Each of those places, he was able to get over 1,200 yards in the air, and some of them over 2,000. One year even got almost 3,100 yards in the air. Now that was because that year Andrew Luck didn't play, and then he was able to get in there, and all of a sudden he took it going. I mean, but this guy has been around, good pedigree. Obviously, he with the Patriots at one point wasn't on the active roster, but won that with the Super Bowl against Atlanta. He's played with Indy, Miami, Cleveland. He's been around, and the best part about it is he's not coming in here as I'm the guy. I'm, like certain other
Mm-hmm.
quarterbacks that said, "Oh, I'm better. There ain't 32 quarterbacks better than me." Well, Brissett kind of knows, hey, I know where I stand. I'm here to help a team. I'm here to make a team, take a team to that next level or help them win in any way I can. And I think what this does for Sam now is I got a guy in my corner that I can talk to, that's been around, that knows, maybe he can give me some pointers of what to look for. But also, let's be very honest with this. Like, I'm not naive to think that he's just going to come out here and do what he did his freshman year in North Carolina, being Sam Howell. No, I mean, this is the NFL, and albeit that game he had against Dallas, they weren't into that game. They were thinking of the next week when they were in the playoffs. So Sam, that was good, but at the same time, it's not. I'm not going to sit here and put everything into that. Like, oh, here we go, he's the future. Honestly, if he does play the way that we truly expect him to play, which is kind of middle of the road, maybe better, have some moments where he does really good, but also have some interceptions that we're just like, what are you doing? You have a guy and play and replace him if necessary, or even just talk to him on the sideline to say, calm down. This is what you didn't see. You know what I mean? And that I really like that because of as I like that as opposed to having your boy in here, Taylor Heineke, where yes, he would have helped Sam, but at the same time, Taylor still has that mindset of I want to start. I want to be the guy. I want to go to a place where I could, take a team and help them and everything like that. And it just they're both kind of on that ascension with him and Sam Howell that it just wouldn't kind of be fair. And like you said, the fans first the minute that Sam starts struggling, the fans are sitting here, Heineke, you know what I mean? Nobody's, and you mentioned this a week ago, nobody's screaming Brissett, you know what I mean? Unless Sam is really, really doing bad. So I love I love Jacoby Brissett being in here, and I love that he's it's an under the radar. I mean, we like him. He's good, but nobody, if you're looking at, okay, this quarterback, this team, he's not on any of your starting roster. He's not your starting guy. However, you're not as worried if he is back there and if he does have to come in. So I love this. I love this, what it does to Sam, and it gives him the opportunity to now, okay, let's go. Let's move in the right direction. And there's kind of an unspoken, this is Sam's job and you're backing him up, but still iron sharpens iron. So there's still a little competition in-house. And I mean, it would say far more if Jacoby Brissett won the job than anything else going into the new season. But at the same time, I would rather Jacoby Brissett win the job than having a Carson Wentz from the past where you're just like, ugh, or even a Taylor Heineke where you're just like, okay, the team's behind him, but let me sit on the edge of my seat, wait for that interception, or wait for something to happen. So right. I love Jacoby Brissett being here. I've been somebody that's been interested in him for years, but you never want to openly be like, yeah, I want Jacoby, because I don't want him as a starter. I just want him as a backup. I just like the guy. You know what I mean? It's like a Teddy Bridgewater, but Jacoby can contribute more, in my opinion. So,
well, and from what we've read about him or heard about him, that people are only going to like him even more when you get a chance to hear from him, and listen to some interviews, because he is a pretty outstanding person. So that's going to help. I think it shows how much they liked him too, was the fact that Heineke was prepared to sign a 2-year, $10 million a year contract here, $5 million a year. He ended up getting a little bit more from the Falcons. We paid Brissett even more than that. Yeah. So I think that shows, to like you're saying, is they also see some more in him as a quarterback than what they saw in Heineke's ability to say, this guy can hold down the fort, he can help our young quarterback, and he can take over if we need to. So while we shouldn't be like super excited about our quarterback situation, we still got a 5th round draft pick and a journeyman as our 2 options. But Brissett is, like you said, is a pretty darn good backup to have.
Yeah. It's like a calm. It's like tranquil. It's not, you're not going to sit here and get excited, but you're not going to sit here and be like, oh, not Brissett. You can trust. You can like, okay, we got Brissett. Okay, we should be good.
And you're not going to chew on Tums the entire game like I do with Heineke at quarterback.
Right. Exactly. So, hey, hopefully he will be able to. He's 100% top 3 backups in the league. Okay. Hey, I 100% hope he brings that to the table. I hope he is able. I don't necessarily want him to get in. Obviously, I want my guy Sam to play all year, but that just makes me feel that much better having him behind there. Talking to him, great, like you said, great locker room guy, just a great overall guy. And hey, let's see what he brings to the team, to the quarterback room, and just this whole thing, man. I'm loving it.
Mm-hmm.